Hi folks, and welcome to episode 3 of our Gran Turismo challenge. After episode 2, in which we won the Sunday Cup and installed a turbo into the car, doubling its horsepower, I'm now going to attempt to make it slightly easier to control. And the one thing that I noticed was the tyres making a lot of noise going around the corners, so I'm going to upgrade to the sports tyres. Hope that that gives me a bit more grip through the corners. So I'll install those. There's no other upgrades I think that I can afford at the moment, but I think the next thing I probably will go for is some better brakes, which will be 4,500 credits, so hopefully should be able to afford them quite soon. Okay, so we'll jump into our next set of races, which this time round will be the rear wheel drive challenge. So again, it's 3 tracks, 3 individual races. Let's just go into the first one, see what we get. Okay, so we've got a few different cars now. We've got, again, 2 other Mazda MX-5s, a Sprinter Trueno, a Silvia, and a Lexus. So I wonder if our power is still going to be sufficient to keep us ahead of these guys. And we'll see if I can actually keep the car on the track enough to give them a good challenge. Oh, the Trueno got off to a slow start there.
It's turbo time.
Oh, yeah, no problem getting ahead of them. Alright, now if we can just try to keep this kind of clean, we should be alright. Oh, a little bit of grass here. Ooh. Too fast for that corner. Alright, let's get going again. Still quite a lot of slide in the car. It's not quite as grippy as I was hoping. Oh, got it completely wrong through those corners. But I think we've just got too much power for the other cars. Oh, it's a significant lead. See if we can do a bit tidier in the second lap. Oh, that's not a good entrance to this corner though. Well, that's already worse than the last lap, so much for that idea. Just gotta try to keep a hold of the power on this, because it's very easy for it to get a little bit carried away. Probably could have gone faster into that one though. Oof. Steering is still not quite right. Just try to hold it together through the last couple of corners. Whew. That final section of that lap is quite tricky, or at least it's quite tricky for me. But did enough to stay ahead of them. So I'll pick up a win in race 1. Almost 2 seconds clear. Well, that's pretty good. Looks like the car's certainly fast enough. Starting to feel like that turbo was maybe slightly preemptive. I could have managed without it in these races with a little bit more careful driving. Alright, on to race 2, which is one that we have definitely done before. So this time we've got a Sylvia, a Mercedes, and a BMW, and a Lexus and another MX-5. Hoping all these cars are going to be a similar speed. I seem to remember that Mercedes SLK being particularly quick. So it might prove a challenge if I'm not careful enough. Get off to a customary start. Just play it careful through this. Don't want to get into an accident. And I remember this time that this corner is a bit tighter. There's not much opportunity to overtake, but I'll see if I can find a gap down the inside here. Oh, traded paint a little bit. Not so good. Keep away from him. Alright. Okay, so I've got a bit more of a challenge here trying to get past some of these guys. But there is a big straight coming up, so that should help. Ho ho ho! Absolutely smashed me. It's alright, we'll get away from them in a minute. Probably a bit early going into 4th gear.
It's turbo time.
Turbo will kick in, and off we go. Yes. So it comes down to it, I can beat them on the straight next lap. Always feels just a little bit too fast going through there, but the car seems to manage it. Forgot about the corner again. Managed to get through it though. So hopefully now that I'm ahead of them, I can just stay ahead of them. Oops, a bit wide. I feel like I'm starting to get the hang of this track. Okay, onto the start finish. So this is going to be another win. Actually built up a decent lead in the end. Trusty MX-5 still delivering the goods. Finished over 2 seconds ahead. Some good work. Okay, more money in the bank. And we'll move on to the third and final race of the Cup. Which is Apricot Hill Raceway in reverse. And hopefully this one will start to seem familiar as I go through it. Mixture of the same cars from the last two races. That Terreno just keeps crashing into cars at the start. Oh, that's no good. Just as well there's no time penalties for going off the track in this version of Gran Turismo. Be able to take him on this straight. Slot in behind the lead car in preparation for the rest of this lap. Even in third gear that was a bit of a challenge going around that corner. Okay, let the turbo do its work again.
It's turbo time.
A little bit better that time, still not the ideal line. And that is also not the ideal line. Came into that way too fast. But I've got a long lead over them. Oops. A little bit harder to go through these without someone in front of me to follow. traction control trying to do its thing. And we're away for another win. That ended up a lot closer than it should have been. Second half of that lap was not good. But good enough. Another minute and a half. Second and a half lead. Good stuff. So there we go, 3 more wins. And another prize car. What do we get this time? Oh, nice. Sylvia. That might come in handy later. Have a look at the specs for that one. So the next race, probably going to be the Spider and Roadster one. Because after that, the next one I could qualify for is the 80s Cup, but I need to have the B license for that. So this one will probably be the next one we do, but we'll see. So pop into the home, have a look at the garage, check out the details on the Sylvia. It's another rear wheel drive. It's got a lot more power. I might just hold on to that because I think that one might be a good one to upgrade later on when the MX-5 is no longer going to cut it. I'll have a think about that. Cool. So I think the one other upgrade that I'm going to do now is add the brakes to this car. Because I think that should significantly improve my ability to outbrake cars on the corners, so I can then use that speed that I've got and carry it into the corner much more, or much deeper. So we will buy and install, and hopefully we're starting to get more of a balanced all-round car now, instead of one that can just go fast in a straight line and then not be able to stop. So I think that will probably do for today. We'll do the Spider race next time out, and then possibly the time after that we will do licensing tests. In fact, maybe we'll just do a couple of the license tests now, just to get the show on the road. So the first 2 are pretty simple, I think, just straightforward, accelerate and then stop. So I'll try to get gold on them, but as long as I can pass them, that's all that really matters. Nobody wants to sit and watch me do it over and over again. Not sure if that was a good start there. Just need to figure out the right braking point. We'll try here. Oh no, that was too soon. Oh. Well, that's not going to work. Okay. Second attempt might be better. So it's going to have to be somewhere after the 900 meter mark. Here. Oh, it's still too early. Alright, we'll give it one more shot. It's a bad change. lost a little time. Okay, see how we do this time. That's more like it. There we go. Silver. That'll do. That's the first one out of the way. I'll probably try to get them gold off camera, because otherwise it's going to take forever. But we'll do the second one as well. And then we're a quarter of the way through getting that license. So this is just exactly the same, but just in a heavier, faster car. Alright, where's the stopping point going to be for this one? Let's try about here. Oh, too early. It's good enough for a bronze. Okay, I'll give it another shot, see if I can do a little bit better. Okay, so probably pretty close to 900 again for this one. Oh, is it going to stop? It does. Still just a silver though. Okay. Well, that's good enough for me. So there we go, a quarter of the way through the license tests. We'll get onto the other ones later. Okay, what I might do with these license tests is record myself doing them and just show the successful ones, which might be a little bit more entertaining to watch than watching me fail over and over again. But yeah, that'll do for today. So thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you later. Bye bye.